So I have primary lymphedema, which means that I was born with it. It didn't come out until I was 19 because that's one of the symptoms. It doesn't come out till puberty. And lymphedema is that my lymph nodes don't work as effectively as other people. So the lymph fluid doesn't drain properly out of my body. And what it does is it would pool in my legs. So over time, if you're not treated, your legs would swell, or if you had in your arms, or people can get it in their neck and things like wherever you've got lymph nodes, that's where you can get it. So if I wasn't treated by St Oswald's, I was sort of like in the danger of my legs would swell, and it could be quite debilitating if you're not treated. And when I was first diagnosed, I know that when I was sitting at my desk at work, by the end of the day, my legs were really heavy and sore. Sometimes I'd find it hard to straighten my legs. And when I was walking a lot, then I couldn't walk for too long because my legs would hurt. So that's why the treatment is so important, and places like St Oswald's are so important to help people to get their lives back, to make sure that they can live a normal life with the treatment that they receive. So I wear compression stockings every day. And now, which is absolutely amazing for me, I've just bought my first pair of skinny jeans, which I've never, ever thought I would ever be able to buy. So that's absolutely amazing for me personally. And that's just made my day. So yeah, I always think that's down to St Oswald's, because if I didn't come here, I would never be wearing skinny jeans. So when I was 19 years old, I started getting pain in my leg and swollen legs, but I just didn't really think about it. And then it was when I went on a placement year at university. It was my first office job, so I was sat at a desk all day, and at the end of the day I noticed that my legs were starting to swell and be painful. So I would go home on an evening and I would elevate my legs, and my knees would be quite swollen, and that was when I realised that something didn't feel quite right. So I went to the GP, and I was fortunate that the GP did recognise it was lymphedema. So I was put on a waiting list and had several tests, and then about 9 months later I had my first appointment at St Oswald's, and that was when I was 21, so that was 14 years ago. So I did come here a long time ago, so I've seen the changes that the hospice has gone through, and when I came, the support that I received was absolutely amazing, because with us only being a young 21-year-old girl, I felt very vulnerable. I felt well, it was really life-changing, upsetting for me, because I didn't know anybody else my age. But the members of staff that worked here really took the time to reassure me everything was okay, to try and give me the confidence back, because obviously it was a body image sort of problem that I had in my head. So I did struggle to come to terms with it. I just wanted to be like other girls. So when I first started to come, I was fitted in a grade 7, size 7 stocking, and I just got them fitted up to my knees. But over time they weren't suitable, so I came back and I got them fitted up to my thigh. And I used to come back quite regularly, and like I say, the staff were excellent and spent time with me and talked to me about my condition. I did come to the local lymphedema support network that St Oswald's Hospice has, but I felt that was all older people, so I felt a bit, again, on my own, quite lonely about it all. So what I did was I decided, that was when Facebook was just starting to come up. So I started, I set up my own Facebook page on Facebook called Lymphoedema as part of who I am, to reach out to other younger people. So I started to connect with other young people who had lymphedema and got quite a good community online. So that helped me feel better. And then I met my now husband, I met Richie, because I always thought one of the first things when I got diagnosed with my condition is no one will ever want to marry me. That was one of the feelings that I had. I'll never meet anybody, because when you're young, body image is such a big thing to you. So I used to rebel from wearing my stockings. I used to only wear them 9 till 5, like it was a job. And I never wore them at the weekends, and never wore them when I went out on a night out. But when I met Richie and I first told him about my condition, he said straight away, you need to wear them all the time. I don't want you not to wear them for me. So as soon as I started wearing them all the time, like the hospice told you should do, that's when my condition started to improve and started to get better and get controlled. So over time, I've managed to go from a grade size 7 stocking to a size 2. So that just shows that if you do, as the hospice tell you and recommend, it does work. And then Richie and I got married, and then now we've got 2 sons. So we've got Ethan, who's 4, and Elliot, who is 2. And I did go back up to a size 3 stocking when I was pregnant, but that's to be expected. And the hospice were really supportive again whilst I was pregnant, so I had more appointments just to regulate me and just to check everything was okay. So that was really reassuring for myself. I knew that if I had any problems, because I did have problems when I was pregnant, my stockings were really cutting in, and because my legs changed shape, but they were really supportive again. And we'll try different sizes stockings, different types, so they took the time to help me. They didn't just dismiss, so that was really supportive. Yeah, I do strongly believe that if it wasn't for St Oswald's, I wouldn't have the life that I have now. I don't think I would have met Richie. I wouldn't have had the confidence to meet him, and I don't think I would have the boys that I've got now. Like I say, I was in myself that I didn't think I would ever meet anybody. So coming to St Oswald's and the help and support that they've given me, and in providing me with the stockings, showing me how to look after myself and my legs, that really has changed my life. And I do love to come back for my checkups, because it's nice that I've got this place to come to. I've got that support network. I know if I've got any problems, if anything changes with my legs, I can just ring up. And I know a lot of the staff here, so I feel welcome. Yeah, I feel really privileged that this support network and this hospice is here, because I know a lot of lymphedema friends don't have this kind of support, this service. So I'm really fortunate that I have got that, and I've had it for so long, so many years, and it's been consistent. So it's been excellent. It has been a life changer for me.